Good afternoon, Mr. Daniel Edusei. Right?
Good afternoon.
Great. Thank you for joining us on SydeHassle TV. I was mentioning earlier to you that you were the most interesting person I have personally met in my life so far. And I just felt we have to capture your story to inspire the younger generation, and also so we can take a front seat on the rocket ship that you're on and then get to say that we were here at this stage before everything blew up. So thank you.
Thank you too for this opportunity. I'm so humbled and I am available as usual to serve.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, like I told you, the whole idea is to capture your story so that, or to take a step back, I think it's fair to say that in Ghana, and you mentioned this yourself, that sometimes the jungle that we're in, people are waiting to see what happens at the finish line. And I think it's about time we started figuring out how to create and replicate greatness. And so the idea is to dig into your life story to see if we can find the moments that you think really unlocked all these things in you, and then to see how we can replicate it.
Yeah, I think I always say it's about defining God's purpose in your life. And it's not an overnight get rich system. No. I've always been telling people that I come into contact with that. Unfortunately, because of the culture of getting rich quick, everybody or most of the youth thinking that, oh, there's a shortcut to success. I say no, a big no. There's no way you put a seed, you plant a seed in the soil, and because you are hungry, you're thinking that by virtue of planting it, you don't want to give it time. You don't allow nature to take its due course. And you want to harvest because you see somebody harvesting his or her own, and you wouldn't go and find out what went or what informed all the process. Most of the youth, they don't want to know the process. They only want to harvest, and nature will not allow you.
Okay.
You're going to get frustrated.
Wonderful. So let's start with your birth. Where were you born?
Yeah, I was born and bred in Accra, to be precise, Latebiokoshi.
Latebiokoshi.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the home life like? Were you a firstborn? Did you have older siblings? Were you living with your grandparents?
Yeah, so I would say I was the second born. We are four. Second born, a lady or a girl, a sister first. I'm the second, a sister third, and then the last born is also a boy. So two. Yeah.
Good. And growing up, being a second born, I'm a second born myself.
Wow.
And one of the things that initially I didn't like it, but later on I found that it gave me freedom was every time I'll get promoted to a class and I'm being a little bit mischievous, they'll tell me, you're not like your sister. Your sister was so quiet. Your sister was perfect. Initially, I didn't like it. Then I realized that came with freedom because I didn't have to live up to that. And I started discovering myself. For you, what was it like being a second born?
Similar to your story. And I think my third born, by virtue, I strongly believe, is my last born. Can't sit idle. Can't sit, you can't literally control him. So I always say it's like me.
Okay.
Very mischievous,
yes.
Very naughty, but very intelligent.
Okay.
So I was that type.
Okay.
I'm everywhere. Being punished today, you see me doing the same thing tomorrow. You would beat me and I will still not give up. Trying to be adventurous, trying to explore. Yeah. And that was how my childhood days was.
So do you remember your first day in school, or what's your earliest memories of school?
I can't remember, but I didn't knew that from that childhood days, I was asking questions.
Okay.
I was asking a lot of questions that at that time, and I was also a lefty. I'm still a lefty.
Okay.
Where, the conventional way of doing things, and you are coming from an angle where you don't understand, and where parents would have to tell you to keep quiet, or the teachers. So this was the experience. And so sometimes you are being compelled to go to a shelf, but I'll see myself coming with the same energy, trying to be myself. Where you are being punished, I also want to be myself. And so this has been back and forth. Fast forward, I realized that this is who I am. And the system wants to suppress. That's the way, because you have to kowtow and go certain because of our culture. And I was battling with it, where sometimes I will not even sit and learn. And parents want you to learn. And I will not learn.
So I want to touch on that, because obviously I've met you. You're a very intelligent person. You're curious. You had a book that you're reading, the Napoleon Hill book. And I know there are people who they say like to learn, and they were learning in school, but after they graduated, they've never picked up a book. So as somebody who reads today, I'm curious, when you say you didn't want to sit down to learn, was there a difference between what was being taught in the classroom and what you were interested in?
Yes, I realized that, and that has been part of my drive, that all the subjects that we have come to accept into the conventional way of learning, where at a point in time, those who were the founders or those who played important role in developing those subjects or course were also opposed to. That before a subject like mathematics, if you research, there was colonial days or years, it was not something that we study. Some had to battle against the odds, and then it was accepted with their theories. The other subjects, biology, physics, all those subjects that we call subjects, and has become a core program, were coming from, quote, brains, intellectuals that earlier on were being opposed to or suppressed. But they defied or they battled against all the odds, and they brought that thing into being. And now the school system, the traditional school system accepts it. So I said, then what is it that earlier or initially they would have to go through a lot of challenges, and they come up with that fine thing called subjects, or they develop and have theories that backs it, and schools or the intellectual environment accept it. So then there was something wrong somewhere. So it means that any findings that has not well been developed, naturally there's a kind of a battle against it. But some way, somehow, if it's able to, or is able to, solve a problem, or it makes sense, then it's been accepted. That has been part of the conversation from years up to now.
Okay. But when did you become aware of this? Because we're all born, most of us, and all of us were born, but most of us, when we were born, they put you in school. You first assume that whatever is being taught in school is right, until you have a moment of rebellion, or you ask a question and the teacher can't answer. Do you remember the moment, or was there a moment where you started asking if school is really giving you what you want?
Yeah, there are instances where I'll ask questions, and my son, I don't know, but he has picked a lot. I'll ask.
What's his name, your son?
Daron Kofi Edusei.
Okay, Daron. Yes.
Daron.
Yes.
So intelligent, so curious. He talks like we call it like an old man.
Okay.
You have come before.
Yeah.
I ask questions and you enjoy his conversation. And he's so observant I can tell you where you pass with him. You say, we've passed here. You enjoy his conversation.
Okay.
But, and you begin to ask, where is this all coming from? So I could connect with that because I was asking very intelligent questions. And I remember my daddy's friends would say, I remember one of the things they normally say is, I'm very intelligent, I ask questions. And that was part of me. And I was asking why. There were a lot of why. Why this?
Yeah.
Why are we supposed to do this? They will tell you, you don't pound for food in the evening. Why? If you tell me something, I'll ask why. If I don't get the answer, I'll do the opposite. So I was beaten, yes, and I was asking, why do we go to school? What's the reason why?
Who are you asking this?
And I asked my parents.
Yeah. What did your parents do?
Yes, my mother by then was a nurse.
Okay.
My father was working with Ghana League. He was a secretary for Ghana League secretary, and then so those times a football administrator working on some place to travel outside to ply their trade. So these were the things my parents were.
But you didn't play football yourself?
I played what we call the small pools.
Small pools.
That was what I was playing.
Okay.
And when I had some coaching where those times you were asked to, for the sake of, at that time, you need to belong to that. You have to carry, there was something that you have to carry to make sure you don't go beyond a certain height. So you have to, before you go and play the match, the day before, you carry some blocks, about 2 or 3.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yes,
that's why some of the good players are short. It makes sense now. Okay.
You have to carry it. Yes.
Okay. So the reason why I asked this, I wanted to have an understanding of the background and see, was there anybody you remember who took the time to always answer your questions?
I don't think so. At that time, no.
At that time,
I don't think so.
You get beaten sometimes.
Yeah, I get beaten sometimes. Yes. I don't think so.
For most children, once you get beaten a few times, you stop.
Yeah.
For you, it wasn't the case.
No,
What made you different?
Yeah, because there was some burning thing inside me. I said no. That time I said, I was saying that no. What is it? That I was also not enjoying the school, the hours where you play, you are kind of stubborn, all those things. I was being punished. Okay. But I was seeing myself doing again. Okay. Are you getting me? So a certain level or time where I didn't want to go to school. So my mother had to convince me. Yeah. And at that time, Charlie, they will beat you, really beat you. Yeah. Both in the house
and then the
school. Yeah. Is it? Yeah. So yeah. But fast forward, I think when I started getting more mature, understand that, okay, fine, need to really get into school. And that's one of the ways at that level where we find ourselves to really make use of what they are trying to teach you. So I think some way, somehow, I got myself involved in that aspect. Now I understand schooling. I was serious. And to be honest with you, I knew that I was so intelligent at that level too. That when we were using the old system. Okay. So fast forward, I was now teaching for us to go to the common entrance. I was teaching my friends after the teachers are done with this. I remember they wait for me, and I would just pick the chalk and I'll teach them. And yes, and so most thought, when I get to from the primary to that time JHS, we were the last batch, one batch, whatever. Okay. So to the O level, A level, they thought I was going to do science. And I think I had 263. Yes, that was when. Then I was there. Out of the 263, we were about 300. I entered Accra Academy. My position was 15. I remember. Wow. Out of that 300. So
you went to Accra Academy?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Tell me a bit about Accra Academy. What's the experience like?
Experience was like, I'd offered business. And I remember very well, one of our sessions, they said everybody should come and tell a story. And that is where, within some few minutes, I had planned my story, and everybody would come and stand in front of the class. That's when I realized I would do more with the art stuff. And I shared a joke, and it caught up with all the students. That was my nickname. Where, because of, I don't want to say that, but I shared a joke. I remember in the girls' school, and everybody seemed to love it. And I was so popular by then.
Okay.
And then I started all those things. And that was also the time I got to know that I can write. And so, those time where we do this intercore things, and you want to be the boys things and the girls things. So we write love letters. So my friends will engage me, and I will write love letters for them.
I'm sure there's somebody now who is married because of a love letter you wrote many years ago.
Oh yes, just write it. We have we have a certain funny known way. My missive, or there was something I'll pen here. There was some funny common thing that if you write the letter, then you have to end with that statement. And I was doing it for them.
Wow. Do you remember who were your core friends in Accra Academy?
I think so. Bulari.
Okay.
Yeah, Bulari, and then some few friends. Budai, some to you can't speak the nicknames where that's where we all pick the nicknames and the pidgin and all those things.
So you had that.
Yeah, I had that. Yes.
Okay. So then you were saying that when you were going to Accra Academy, because of your intellect, people thought you were going to do science. You ended up doing business.
Yes.
And then you knew you were going to be doing the arts.
Yes. It was in the school that I realized that though I chose business.
Yes.
The things that I could do well more from that angle was the arts stuff. Yeah. Because I was really jovial, very funny.
Yeah.
Always cracking jokes, and I'm here, I'm there, and I create fun around. So that is it.
Okay. So then, coming out of Accra Academy, what did you do next?
Yes. So I said, okay. Now the business accounting thing, I didn't want it. My father wanted to be an accountant. If the medical doctor cannot be, let me. But I was also struggling. I didn't enjoy those stuffs. Yeah. And so fast forward, then I was looking at, should I still continue, go to A level or, and I was still battling, So I said, okay, then let me also join the acting group. We had Ghanaian, pioneer acting group where Fred Amugi was the president. So I started rehearsing at the art center where there were different acting groups. So I started rehearsing and then try to still discover myself. I didn't like the business. I didn't like the science. So, and my parents wanted me to further. Yes. And that was a battle.
Okay, so you're saying the Fred Amugi acting group.
Yes.
Do you remember how you applied and joined? What was the process?
Yeah, I think that there was once a friend of mine was going to...
Do you remember the friend's name or no?
Yeah, I don't think I can remember.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think, but...
That's okay. Yeah.
So he said he's going for rehearsal. I said, what is this rehearsal? So it's in an acting group and they rehearse twice a week or that art center. So can I accompany? I say yes, why not? So I accompanied him, and hence I also became a member.
Okay.
So I think we had I had a TV. I joined a TV series, Fem Care. No, Ladies and Gentlemen. I played 1 or 2 roles. There was some TV series, and then we used to perform on stage.
Yeah.
So I would perform on stage and all those stuff. And so I was a member of Ghana Artists Guild. And then I also remember that I had some music in me. But who to help you? At that time, music was not something.
So before we get there, over here, we are obsessed with processes. So I want to know, you accompanied your friend.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I try and spend time on this is there are some moments in life that define you.
Okay.
So the friend said, I'm going here. You could have said, no, I'm not coming. But you went with them.
Yeah.
You get there.
Yeah.
What did you notice?
I was just watching because they introduced me and they said, after everything, then you will now take me to the leader. So I was just watching. And I enjoy that space where you have your script, you understand the story, your role to play, and I enjoyed that environment. I mean, I enjoyed it. I love that environment.
Yeah.
So it made me to become a member of their group.
Okay. You weren't nervous or anything?
Never.
Never.
I enjoyed talking and enjoying the fun type there. I was really happy.
Okay. All right. So then you were in the, do you remember, was there any significant play performance?
Yeah, I think if my memory served you're right. We had a performance where we wore the red gold. I don't remember exact thing, but we had to perform at National Theatre. That was my first time. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I was on stage. Live.
Did you tell your family? Did your parents come and watch, or they weren't happy?
I think I told them, or there was something. We're not really happy. You know, at that time it was not something. Was our system where your parents wants you to go a certain path, and you are also going. And then they think that it doesn't have future.
Yeah, jumping up and down stage when they want you to
be an accountant or be a doctor. And so, but I was also enjoying that space. I enjoyed that space.
So now let's think about the mindset, right? Of course, no child wants to disappoint their parents, but at the same time, if your heart is in something else, and you know your heart is in something else, sometimes you just have to go the other way. Did that create problems in terms of your relationship with your parents?
Of course, Charlie, of course, because they think that from where they are coming from, which I understand, growing up, every responsible mother or father was the best for the children. And they think they know more than you. So if they know more than you, they need to guide you, secure the future for you. And so they think that, okay, this would have more prospects than this. So as maybe being an accountant, I think it comes with more, a secure future than acting. Because at that time, acting is the thing it will not pay that much. Or maybe being a doctor. So they were wondering, okay, why do you want this? So it was really a battle. And then they had to now watch. Because they realized that there's nothing they will say that will change my mind to listen to that. So they have to watch it and hope things will work out well for me.
Yeah. So now, of course, being a parent now, what advice would you give to other parents who might have a child that was like you?
Yeah. So like I said, even my child who is going to be 7 years, at least because of my dealings and what I've learned and what I do. So I've encouraged him. I mean, he knows at that level, he writes his own, compose his own song. Sometimes intentionally he will sing some song. He will also bring his own words. When I say sometimes I say, I love Inshi, he's my son. Then he also sing, I love Daddy. He will say so, and he has his own songs, some few songs at that level. He loves playing drums. He loves playing. He organizes his own stuff to play. So it's affecting his normal school system. So I only try to tell him, okay, these are good, they are part of you, but at your level, you need to also sit up and learn. So you are still growing. So the mother also knows, and at least we are encouraging that part of him. At the same time, trying to also let him know that you are still growing. The other natural abilities you may not know. So trying to manage it. So I don't discourage at all. I only make sure I help and then grow him.
Okay, so for you, parenting is more about guiding and not controlling.
No controlling.
But then sometimes parents will feel like they know, and what does a child know?
Yeah.
What's your philosophy on that?
Yeah, so I strongly think that, yes, parents want the best for their children. It is very natural. But every child also comes with his or her own unique abilities or talents. Well, unfortunately, this part of our world, it is now getting better. Now that which I'm happy that at least parents are beginning to be aware of the kind of, let's say, I always say that we used to think that the white collar jobs, gives you a promising future as compared to the ones in the arts, where you think, a musician, those times, most of the musicians, we think drop out of school victims and they don't have any other thing and they have to pursue music or acting. But now, society has moved on and realized that no, every talent pays. It has commercial value. And it's only when you give the person the needed exposure, the needed, guidance, directions, that person will really have his or her secure future. If only that is what is his or her talent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I just want to take a step back. You joined the acting group.
Yeah.
You did some acting.
Yeah.
When did music come in?
Yeah, so I realized that when I go to the bathroom, I'm able to, I sing most of the times in the bathroom. But I got to know that I can do my own song. But sometimes, I can sing something that is no more its own. But I will not do anything about it. I'll just be there when I go to the bathroom or I'm picking a stroll. Some songs will come. And I was like, this is something I can work on. So I think I listened to Oyeentwi, one interview. And he said how they interviewed him. I don't remember who interviewed, but he said he has normally has a recording device. At those times, a recording device where most of the journalists use, where he will just have it on his own. A song comes and wherever he is, he will just sit down and then he doesn't need, but just record that thing. So when I listened to that interview, quickly I saved some money. I don't know, I saved about 450 CDs by that. And I said, okay, went to Mokola. There is a place where you can go, and then so I went to find out and then went to buy. I saved the money for about 3-4 months. Decided to go and buy that recording device. So I went also, I get some songs, I record.
Yeah.
So I did that one.
Okay.
The first time I did, and then I think I had about 47 songs. But I didn't know what happened. I lost that one. Then I saved again, went to buy. Yes, and then I had it for some time. So I think there was a third one that I kept it for a long time. I recorded some songs. I was trying to ask a lot of questions. Then I got somebody who I was able to convince, and I said, I want to learn how to play the music and the guitar. And so the person got me the CD on how to play guitar.
I'm trying to figure out, about how old were you when you wanted to learn how to play guitar?
Oh, I think I was then by the age of 24, 20, because I was acting 22, 24. That was when I was.
You weren't intimidated that, okay, I'm learning this late in life?
No.
Okay.
Never. I was rather happy because I felt I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
This is what makes me happy.
Okay.
And I need to do it.
So what I'm picking up about you is that it looks like you've never had self-doubt.
At all. At all.
Even through the beatings.
At all.
Why do you think that is?
I strongly believe that it has to do with the inner voice keeps telling me that be yourself. And that is why I love about my school motto. I picked something from there. Esekwam Rideri, that's a cracker school. It said, to be is better than to seem to be. So at any point in time, I want to be myself. How do I become myself? I don't want to be somebody else. And I'm not interested in trying or fighting hard for people to accept me. That is me. I always want to make sure anywhere I find myself, I want to be myself. I don't want to impress people. I don't want to pretend.
But why? And I agree with you, but we live in a society where just go into a situation, they look around and then they realize, okay, let me not stand out. Let me just adapt. Let me just be more like the environment. And I would say for most young people, children, teenagers, they get to that crossroad. For some people, they try to conform and realize that, look, I don't even like this thing. And then they decide to be themselves. For you, was there a moment where you flirted with conforming and then came to the realization, or did it not cross your mind at all?
Yeah, I think one of the things that happened that made me to fight it was, those days, even for being a lefty, I had to go through my own cycle of punishment, where it was dealing with my confidence. Through no fault of mine, you want me to be a righty.
Yes.
And I was born a lefty. And at that time, it's only this recent days or years that where we are more enlightened. And, you don't suffer. But those days, trust me, it's not easy.
Because there are even taboos that involve what you do with your left hand. And if it's your dominant hand, then it's like you are bad for doing what you do.
So I had to battle. And in so doing, it's as if it affected me, because if I sign now, you're not very careful, you think I'm an illiterate. Yeah, I still battle sometimes.
Okay.
So maybe you go somewhere with now where they have now introduced the ID card where they will check your stuff. First you sign and it's not consistent with what is in there. You'll be asked to sign, or sometimes you are now asked to the thumbprint.
Yeah.
And you wonder, because it really affected me.
Okay.
Because I was beaten.
Were there moments where you, maybe, I don't know how spiritual you were then, but like you asked, like, God, why am I left-handed? Did you want that because you didn't choose it? Yeah.
I asked, yes, it's true. I was, but why? And amongst my siblings, I'm only lefty. And so why? Yeah. And because they were trying to force you to write at that time, so it affected my handwriting.
Yes.
So when you're writing, blah, 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 so it really affected my handwriting. And it's really had a negative toll on me. It took some time.
So then now I'm wondering if because of course there's that negative toll, and then everybody is telling you that what you are doing is wrong. What comes naturally to you is wrong. Yeah. And then you have to, it's you against the world.
Of course.
So if you're able to work on yourself and get a mindset that overcomes that, then I can see how after that, nobody can tell you how to be anything else.
And before then, I'd become suicidal.
Okay, let's go into that.
Yes, because I was not happy. And I was like, wow, should I end it?
Wow, how old were you?
I can't remember, but I'm sure in my teen, getting the 20s, I think I had, and that is I remember, where I thought of those stuffs. No, Charlie, because it's like everything you're doing, it was not. It's like society is not accepting, and they make you feel very bad, and so I became extremely vulnerable, and I felt at a point in time, and I could connect with some young ones, teenagers, who are also in that same state, and we need to also look at those areas.
Yes. But what I'm hearing is that, and it's really sad that a teenager will have to get to that point. And I'm sure your parents didn't even know that it was having that much of an effect. And sadly, it's like you never know about the children that get to that point and come out of it. You only hear about the children that get there and end it. And then you realize that's too late. But in that, it's like if you've been to the darkest places, you fear nothing. So then I can imagine how the confidence that you build, having to pull yourself out of that state. What can anybody else say to you or do or try to convince you to conform?
And that is one of the things I learned, to love yourself. That one of the greatest things you can do to yourself is to really love yourself. That no matter the odds, what God says about you is always positive. It doesn't make you superhuman. But let's learn to always love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, and you are not so sure of yourself, God is done his part and he wants the best for you. But what you say about yourself is very important. And a lot of people know, both kids, grown-ups, who still don't love themselves. When you don't love yourself, it will affect your confidence and faith in yourself. Because faith in God is not only what you need. It's faith in yourself also matters.
So now I'll ask you this because, and I think you're also the same way. Sometimes we use words and we don't really understand what those words mean. So I want you to clarify. When you say somebody should love themselves, what does that mean?
It means that anything I am doing about myself, I consider myself first. Because if I am not happy, I can't make you happy. Relative to any environment, I must make sure I'm not Superman. That's what the Bible said, love yourself, love your neighbor as yourself, no more than yourself. So I need to love myself. Everything I'm doing about myself, any great person, for you to extend anything, any virtue, you must first love yourself. If you don't love yourself, an emotional intelligence will tell you that you can't help others. You're going to have conflicts with yourself. How do you help your others? When you are deep inside, when you are vulnerable inside, how do you extend a helping hand to the other person? And that is why most, not to digress, most of the terrorists, the known terrorists, most suicide bombers, most of them grew up from broken homes, broken society. They don't have the love, the friendly environment. They become so wicked, that is vulnerability. They become so hostile, that's vulnerability. The slightest opportunity they get, they don't care.
All right. Thank you. I mean, I think that's important.
Yeah.
And forgive me, I'm going to jump around a lot because when there's something to explore, I don't want to waste time. But so going back to acting, you acted and then you started going into music. But I'm sure your parents were right on some level where acting didn't bring a lot of money.
Yeah.
So was there, of course, acting fulfilled a part of your desire, your happiness. But I'm sure as a young man, you had bills and things that you had to pay.
Yeah.
How did you process the fact that, okay, this is what I love and I have the talent and maybe flair for, but I can't pay my bills?
Yeah.
And were there things you did in between to help support your love for acting?
I think that what really helped me was at that time, my parents were beginning to let's watch on. Let's see what is up to. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see what is up to for a certain time. So I think it took about 3-4 years in that space where I was now like, he's becoming a thorn in our flesh. He's so stubborn.
Yes.
Let's allow him.
Yeah.
And let's see what is up to.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it, and I mean, they were giving me small, though
Yeah.
it was not enough. At least I thought that was also what helped me.
You were still living with
my parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
You weren't on your own having to pay
No.
rent.
So it helped me.
Okay.
Yes. So it helped me. And I think I was still discovering myself with all the ups and downs, but it really helped me.
So you did that, then you added music.
Music.
You bought your third recorder.
Recorder after the first two, you know.
But by then, did you try and record anything in the studio by then?
I think after the recorder stuff, the songs, I was now confronted with money,
Okay.
you know, to get to the studio.
Yeah.
That was also another, battle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what happened was somebody's studio. I remember at Bosokai, there was some studio in around there. It was not the standard studio, but I wanted to get myself into the studio environment to see what they're made of. So I had a friend who was called Metal. It's a sound engineer.
Yeah.
So I'll go there in the evening. People would come and they want to do their recordings in the evening. That's where I started getting used to the studio environment. I really enjoyed it. Trying to process it. But then the music thing in me, it was now coming up where I had not really mastered it very well. But it was in there. That was when somebody introduced another sound engineer, Dream J, one guy. And I also had some few discussions with him. Then left. I realized there was issue with money. I didn't have money. So I had to put that thing on hold. But try and have this recording stops. And then fast forward, a bit of me was also realized, okay, fine, I could write poems. So I also started writing poems where I would just write, I'll go to the seaside and be writing. So it was just there, I would just pick and write things. And then that was what I was also doing. Still discovering myself, I guess so. And at those times, so you will know it's not easy. Where those things I'm talking of, until you are really supported, it's not easy to venture into that space and make some money. So I guess I was doing it like hobby, and then fast forward. Then I said, oh, let me also get a guitar. So I saved, and then I bought my guitar. Okay, that's where I also got a CD. So I learned how to play the guitar, but I didn't also finish.
Okay. Now I want to spend some time on and to understand your philosophy on the purpose of music.
Okay.
Because every culture, almost every culture, has music.
Yeah.
And music, I mean, it has a lot to do with vibrations and frequency.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you observe, you can tell how music can be infectious.
Yeah.
Can make people who are sad. There's music that when you are sad, you listen to the sad music and it helps you process your emotion better. There's music for you to be happy.
Yeah.
I'm interested in what you think the purpose of music is for and how it can be used or misused in society.
Yeah, so music is food for the soul.
Okay.
Every soul craves for love. That is why sometimes even there's snakes. It's not easy to even see or come across snake. They are very secretive. They are very calculative. They are very dangerous. But they become very dangerous when they think their lives are in danger. The venom, they don't spit it out just like that. Unless they think their lives are just... You can play very good music and snakes around will come. And they will not attack you. They don't do anything to you. Now, every soul, by virtue of how we are made up, loves music. It depends on the type of music. Sometimes even the music that's, if it has to do with the one that's they sing, even the language you don't understand, there's a way it connects and it helps you. So in some jurisdictions, in their practice as counselors, as emotional intelligence therapists, they make sure there are music there where the client listens to. So it helps you heal. It helps you. Any normal person loves music. If the person says no, then either the person has a psychological problem, has maybe mental problem. There's something that is wrong. But every soul loves, because we are all made of souls, not only the body. We all love music.
Okay, so we've done the acting, gone to music, bought the recorders, bought a guitar, didn't finish learning. What did you move to? what took your attention away? Yeah,
so after writing some of the writing poems, and I was thinking, okay, what would I do with this? But by then, I was still going to look for it. I didn't get it because I had written over 250 poems. I started searching for it. I don't know what happened. I still pray I'll be able to visit that thing because sometimes.
So what was the purpose of your poems? Were they for more personal therapy or did you want to share it to the world?
I wanted to share it to the world. It was more of has to do with more philosophical.
Okay.
Yes, I was trying to, because where I got the inspiration, I'll go to the seaside. I love the seaside environment. And I look at nature and I admire and I get inspiration from there.
Okay.
And I write stuff from that place.
Okay. So then after the poetry?
Yeah, so after the poetry, I think, then that was when I at that time I was going to the studio, blah, blah, blah. So I had I wanted to even learn the sound engineering, and something happened I couldn't. So fast forward, with the acting, had some few adverts I think Fem Care. There's this product where I also appear on.
What character were you?
I think I was, well, yeah, you know, it has to do with this lady stuff.
Yeah.
Part. I think I had to go and advise the lady, I don't know, to go and buy this particular one.
Okay.
And I came with it and I said, you know.
So okay, that was your first advert.
Yeah, that was the advert, yes.
So I want to know how did you get the role? Did you audition?
No, it was through the rehearsals, blah blah blah, and then
so
somebody connected you, and then that was what happened.
So do you remember the first time you saw it on TV?
I was so happy.
Okay.
I was so happy. I made noise about it.
And then when people recognize you,
people recognize me. Yeah. And at that time, too, people were telling Charlie, you'll be good for comedy.
Okay.
Charlie, go to comedy. Okay. You know, at that time, like I'm saying, if now, and I pursued it, because now everything that we tend to ignore and frown upon is making sense now.
Yes.
People are making a decent living out of it.
Yes.
But at that time, Charlie, you don't have that. It's not easy to be a comedian. No parent will not encourage you in that space. But anyway, I would go somewhere and I'll crack joke, a very high sense of humor, and then people will laugh even if I don't know you. I even remember, not to digress. Yeah. I remember in the cracker school time. I remember there was in Dansoma, where we understand Dansoma, and then there was this big bus. Normally we pick this from Kanishi, and so we always sit at the back, boys at the back. And I made a lady to laugh and laugh. I said, you made me laugh and I forgot my purse got missing. Because I would joke. I could stand in the moving bus and be driving and then sometimes some of the passengers go, oh, so this, to my fine boys, to me, Sebi, dear goes to me, dear roughs are otherwise or non kakrana, you know those times. Yeah. But it was boys thing. So I remember, and then he said, you should be an MC. Those things that they were pointing out, you know, I was still struggling because I was thinking, will I make money out of those places? Yeah. And who was there to help me groom me in that space? I didn't have it. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm getting the picture of somebody who was happy-go-lucky, and yet also from going to the seaside and writing poetry, you're also a deep thinker. Yeah, and it's fascinating that all that came from a child who was so depressed, who was also suicidal. Yeah. So the importance of overcoming that moment, because otherwise there was so much joy that would be snatched out of this world. Yeah. Oh, wow. So. But what I want to find out is the advert that you did. Yeah. How was the pay? The pay from advert. Was it a big amount or was it?
Reasonably, you know, you felt, Charlie, not bad though, but you felt people, they have done their deal and you have appeared on camera. And that is, you know, you want to also, in that level, you want to also brag with it and have the nice women around there. Make noise about it.
Superstar.
Make noise about it. That was what, you know. Then we had this TV series by then, Ellen Jean, Ladies and Gentlemen. Okay. I think I appeared about twice or something. Okay. That also gave me that, you know, I've become a star. Yeah. And I was so excited. So I was not even thinking about what is coming out of it. But the fact that I appear on camera, for it was my fulfillment.
And I'm sure also you probably thought, like we always do, that means that from now on it's going to go up. You appear in how many adverts?
Yes,
this is the money.
Yeah, yes.
So is that what happened? That
No.
Were you disappointed?
Of course I was disappointed because I was also, along the way, I think I was still asking myself questions. I was not making much money. I felt, okay, the talents were, I had talent in the poem writing, music thing, but I was asking, because my parents were also like, I was confused. What we told you is coming. What we told you is coming. We want you to be a businessman or an accountant or a doctor. You chose this part. And right, so I was confused. And where the promises the people were telling you, it was like, it's not real. Relatives, was really knocking. Are you sure you can make a living out of this? Won't you be a victim? So these were questions that I was asking myself. Then fast forward.
Yes.
Then my father said, okay, he had also got himself in this travel and tour industry. So he would introduce me to that space. So that was how, so he said I should also enroll in a travel and tour. So Ghana Airways Training School.
Was it the Ayata?
Ayata.
Yes.
Ayata. So we're having a training school around the cantonment.
Yes.
There was a Ghana Airways training school there.
Yeah.
So I would go and I started a course. I think I did it for about 2 years or whatever. And then I had to work with Divine Travel and Tour as an attachment.
Okay.
So by there, my father, because he has that relationship with them, so I started working there. I think I worked there for about 6 to 7 years.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so made something out of that place.
Okay, that was.
Yes, and then also has to establish my own travel and tour.
Okay, so tell me about the travel and tour business. What was the best times?
Yeah, at that time, we had you making money from the commission you earn from on behalf of when we entered that industry, it was first 9%. That's the commission the airlines give. They reduced it to 7%. We were still in. Then they reduced it to 4%. That is where I learned something in life, and it's been part of my practice.
Yeah,
I always tell people that there are going to be always industry crisis. That's the way I put it.
Yeah.
So every individual in life, you must always have plan B or plan C, because I've come to realize that I don't know whether it's this part of our world, but there are industry crises. But there were times where the airlines took all the commission. Yeah. Where now internet is now
technology, so they don't need you.
They don't need you. So you only compare to service charge, service fee. So if you have a lot of clients, you have a problem. So you can make your money from that. Was not even that much. Yeah. So some of us were tempted to go to the visa aspect. That's where another headache is.
So you moved into visa.
And that trouble.
So you're somebody who adopted. You can adapt.
Yeah.
For survivor.
Yes, I've registered my company.
Okay.
And so first door-to-door travel and tour, where the condition that you are given for them to accept you at that time, the internet was not that common. Yeah. And then you can't pay for the radio and TV. So I remember very well, Mirror. Mirror, you go to their, but you have to bring your photocopy of registered document and your passport picture. And I had to satisfy the condition to stay in business. And my focus more was not the ticketing, was the visa. At that level. And it was not easy, brother.
Tell me, what's difficult about it?
My brother, this part of our world,
yes.
If the white man is coming from his place, he can tell the whole world.
Yes.
He will still get his visa.
Yes.
And come and enjoy.
Yeah.
But here, not to digress, not be superstitious.
Yes.
If you want to travel from here to that place, if you're not spiritually focused, even acquiring passport.
Yes.
Acquiring passport.
Yeah.
The battle you will get. Then the mysterious circumstances under which people go through. I run travel and tour for 15 years.
Yeah.
And that is where I realized that there are supernatural things in this world. Trust me.
Really? Is the travel and tour that taught you?
Hey! There are instances where people, you are a male, and you go to the embassy, and the counselor will tell you, it's a female I see.
But you are looking at it, still male.
I'm telling the gospel truth. That's why I started telling my clients that if you want to travel, the advice I give them, stay out of, in quotes, premarital sex and things, and pray and fast. Because this part of our world is not a white man's world.
Yeah.
If you want to travel and get your visa
and
succeed in that space, attach some spiritual exercise to, unless you get it. There are instances where people thought, and they said it's true.
Wow.
Somebody almost lost his eye because when he was about to travel, I told him he wanted to go to the US. And in our business, I'm being frank with you, where you're making money from the visa aspect, the visa, after they have introduced the visa fraud stuff, because people were chopping people's money, it will not work. And you see, people don't know, but I'm saying this, that's why I wash my hands off. But I was telling people that, see, it's a before industry. If you are in that space as the owner, you must be spiritually strong. You can't live anyhow. And people in that space will tell the truth. It is not easy. It doesn't make you a gentleman or a lady because the hassles are overwhelming. It's not easy. You take a client's work and you even take the person's passport, and sometimes they're kind of nightmares. You sleep and cows are chasing you.
Just because you have somebody's
passport. I'm telling them.
Why? There are people don't want them to leave.
They don't want them to leave.
But why? Why do they want them to be here suffering?
That is unfortunately it's a part of our world. That's why our world is like a jungle. I'm being frank with you. So if you are the agent, you say you want to make sure.
And so you become the problem.
They have to clear you. I'm telling you, take people's passport and trust me. If you don't take care, so you have the spiritual discipline. If you live anyhow, and the client also lives anyhow, danger. And sometimes, to be frank with you, I had about 3 different, encounter with the police. Yes, I'm telling the gospel truth. If even now, if the current president tells me he wants to make me a protocol officer at the Foreign Affairs for even this World Cup, it's going to give me, I won't do it. I won't do it because I only feel, unless you, I always tell people by now, unless you are destined for that space, the hazards are overwhelming. So
what I'm interested in now is that, when did you decide that you were leaving? And how did you come to that conclusion? Because I'm sure there were hazards, but you were still managing.
In the travel and tour?
Yes.
And I was tempted to, at that time we don't know much about God. Yes. So you have to spiritually, protect yourself. Yes. I'm being frank with you. Yeah. So we have those times. Yeah. I'm sure some are doing it. But we have those times where we have sing your song. When you sing your song, I have to spiritually work on things where if you go and report me, just in case. Because I need to make money to enjoy and young man's dream where I want to enjoy my life and still make money. Yeah. And so if I'm going to wait for you to get a visa, I may not make money. Yes. And the connection thing they say it's already limited. There were connections. Yes. The protocol stuff, maybe the only space allocated is about 5. But we have about 20 or 30 travel and tour who are all advertising for that same connection. Yeah. So what we do is that when we do something that, I need to take money from you. I know it's 50-50, you may not get. This one also take. So it means that the administrative fee, I have to survive and keep the business running and run my art. And still, so I will not tell you that it's 50-50. So I will give you the impression that you are going to get. Only for me to know it's 50-50. And so by so doing, the typical Ghanaian, he or she has put his or that, no, whether rain or shine, I'm traveling. And you have taken something and it doesn't work. So you can imagine. So now they have to refund it. And it was so easy. And so I remember I got a call from police headquarters. And that was the time they have also introduced, UK introduced the visa fraud. I'm telling this for the youth to know. Yeah, the visa fraud units at the police headquarters, because the bank statements, you don't have money. The average Ghanaian. And they, when you take money from, they look at the double R, either you're responsible or rich. So most of the embassies, that's what they do. They will convert the money into their currency before they give you visa. So it means that you are tempted to provide, most of the average and below average would have to provide false documents. Yes. It's still going on. Yeah. The very wealthy, they don't have a problem. Yeah. Parents or their whatever, But the average people who are also going to seek greener pastures, you have to. So everything from the beginning, apart from passport, it is fake. And if you are working in such industry, you are tempted to. And another thing that government also put certain limitations, because most through travel are the young ones. Yeah. Who will go and not come within the stipulated time. And if care is not taken and well managed, there's going to be a brain drain of the labor force. Yeah. So government has a way of putting also impediments that you don't know. So this was what I was dealing with. So I had to now spiritually also protect myself, sing your song. So if you go and report to the police and I talk, police will have to sing my song. So you have to sing my song.
Yeah.
And so it won't go anywhere.
Do those things work?
Yes, it works. Everything original has counterfeit. I always tell people, God is there, the devil is also there.
Yeah.
God uses human beings and angels. The devil also uses human beings and demons. And they work.
Yeah.
There are ritualists,
Yes.
they do stuff. And unfortunately, yes, it works, but it doesn't have a lifetime span or whatever.
Yeah.
It has repercussions, but it works. But if you don't stop, it will catch up with you.
So you left the travel and tour.
I left
visa.
the travel. By the time I was leaving the travel and tour, I had over 40 passports to give out. It was not easy, my brother. I had to pray and fast. I have to let go of that spiritual part and fast, because you're taking money here. I'm telling them, I'm trying to let people, the young man's dream, desire to make money at all costs. We must be mindful. It's no easy way out. It's no easy way out. You must be ready for the scars to be the star. But you must be mindful that, yes, there's no shortcut.
But so from what you're saying, the decision you took was actually a hard decision.
Yeah.
It would be easier to keep going that way until you hit something.
Yeah.
So what made you say, no, I'm not going to wait till I hit something. I want to get out now?
When my mother had warned me, this travel and tour, your father introduced you in the ticketing part. And the ticketing is no more lucrative because the airlines have taken their. Yeah. So stop it. And what am I going to do? Young man, you are enjoying something small. What am I going to do? So I had a case. I remember I had a case at the police headquarters, and the man said, I called my father. The man, I remember his statement saying, this is your first offense. You see the people here. The way he used his voice, you see the people here. You see some of them are in handcuffs. My people told me when they call you that it's a fake bank statement you issued. You came to your office. I was going to have my lunch, and a call came. That you, Daniel Edusei, we are looking for you. We are in your office. And the food I almost finished, so I managed. And I came, I showed up. So they said, okay, we're not going to place you, we're not going to handcuff you. We're taking you to the police station. When I went there, they introduced the visa for those previously when they had cases. They go to court. There was no law to deal with it, so people were just going scot free. But now when they introduced the visa for about 2 years, you could go. Somebody has been brought. It's been wanted list for defrauding. Another person has brought. Some were handcuffed. So when the main boss came, who is involved, they invited and say, "You are lucky. My people came to say you behaved well. So and." On the records, this is your first offense. So in the next time, we'll publish you in the newspaper.
You didn't want that? You didn't want that?
So I said, okay, fine. Then my father, I already called my father to come and help, and you have to give
something,
and you have to go through the process of the courts. So the British embassy will know they didn't condone and connive. So you have to do it at that time. So I had to go to the court just for formality's sake. And I went, and they questioned me. I paid something. I learned. I said, "Wow, this industry." And when I said, "Stop being stubborn." If you are a stubborn fly, follows the corpse to the graveyard, you'll be buried, and others will go.
Yeah.
So fast forward, I said, "No, there must be a plan." And at that time, I think I'd gotten myself with my girlfriend and my daughter. So it was not easy. I need money to keep the home running. Yeah. So fast forward, I registered at the NGO. And the NGO I registered, I think somehow was saying bye-bye to this thing. So that was also an inspiration for me, because I said, God, what will I do to survive, to take care of my daughter and my wife? That I'm not fully remembered. I wrote my first book under 2 weeks, my wise sayings, my quotes. In fact, when I meet you next time, my quotes were under 2 weeks. I wrote that book. And then when I registered the NGO, there was this Mahama At that time, Mahama and Akufo-Addo, their electoral dispute. There was
That was
the
around
first
2012.
12 something.
Yeah.
So I had the idea. I was sleeping. I was just lying in my bedroom. The idea came. So I did a peace project. Dr. Enrelati, domestication, GCP.
Yes, yeah.
I did a peace project where I said, let peace reign. There was a program where I made my guy to pick that, let peace reign. Mahama and Akufo-Addo shook hands. At the back, I did a Ghana map. I have mine still there. I did a Ghana map. All the presidential candidates that participated in that election, I gave 2. I took 2 each because I was embarked on a peace project. And really, it helped because Dr. Enrelati said, okay, he was going to do 100. That concept touches hearts. I organized a symbolic march. Somebody also did something reality also did the same because I didn't have money. The one the person that I entrusted who did I think 20 because I had only about 300 cities left. I didn't have much money. And there was only about 1 week for them to declare at the court. So we didn't have much time. He also decided to, after giving him the money, the person introduced him, after getting the money from Dr. Enrelati, he gave me about 2,700. Supposed to be 3,000. He says he's going to give me 2,700. I gave the money to the gentleman, my brother. This is the story. It's not my money. The man has just seen what is in this. He wants to be part of it. Do you know what happened? The guy decided to. I was expecting the shirts, but the Dr. Enrelati had organized Homo party. Where he's invited media houses to come, and then invited some of the dignitaries to come. So I told you that we don't have much time. I don't know what happened, whether it's for my family. This guy, we're expecting the shirts. His phone is not going. My brother, it's not easy, to be honest with you. I was literally crying. Something must blow. This is something that I've done. And I think it must blow, it must change my story. Fast forward, I have to go to the man's place. He's staying around Dosu police station, Dr. Enrelati. Plead with him. He was even, but he trusted me, rather than I have not lied. He thought maybe. So he said, okay. Went to the Dosu police station. Got me some of the police to go with me to go and so we picked the guy at his house, took him to the Dasuma police station. Then he now said the shirts he has not finished. I think he made use of the money, decided to hang somewhere. So this affected me. But what happened, and I remember very well, is that it really caught up with people. Caught up with people was a shirt. People were wondering, I want this, I want some of your shirt, I want some of your shirt. It was the impact, though I didn't make anything financial. I really, that was when I started getting to know, okay, at least I'm impacting society. And it opened some doors up for me. So it made me to end the travel and tour. And that is when I realized that no, I can do something to impact society. That not necessarily step on toes, do something illegal, engage in any fraudulent activity. You can do something and to also sell, to take you far. So that's how I started that space. So, I mean, this is a very powerful story so far, and I know we are not even anywhere close yet. But I want to digress because finding yourself in that situation, I actually respect your transparency because, sometimes people like to whitewash the story. We've heard, like recently, there's, the fraud boys that are being picked up by the FBI and all of that. And of course, we notice at some point in our society, social media especially, is the slave queens and fraud boys. We're running everything. So I know the temptation for young boys was there to try and, do this romance scam and other things. What would you tell a young person that's thinking about it because he's frustrated? And, quick money is what appeals to young people. What would you suggest? Yeah, so I always tell, even yes, I was tempted to learn those stuffs too. And I realized that, trust me, if you're not very careful in the pursuit of so-called money, you may end up learning everything where they go to the extreme for supernatural means, where they are being lured just for this money. And if care is not taken, some are mad. Not to also digress, I remember I learned this thing. I cried a little, but I learned this thing. I remember there was somebody's funeral, and we were going to bury the person at Usu Cemetery. It's about 12 or 13 years ago, and I saw a tomb of a friend of mine who had traveled to the UK. I won't mention his name, but I remember, if I met some people, and this guy was doing well. I was told he has built, has bought a big house, a mansion in the UK, and then one here, but he was into drugs. So I think he tried to play smart of some of these drug laws. Was shot. He was shot and killed. So I saw his tomb, and I could connect and say, God, thank you. That's why I learned that, okay, yes, we all need money. We want to prove, and most of the times, it's the societal demands on us. We want to prove I also have it. Where we are not interested in the process. I have to prove at all costs. And unfortunately, culturally, we have become needlessly competitive. It's sort of complementary.
Yes.
So we are competing. There's needless competition. It's like you are driving. Somebody else is driving. You don't know where the person is going. The person may be having, I always tell people, joke about it. He or she may be having a running stomach. And it's reflecting in the driving. And as soon as you see the person driving that, then you also, meanwhile, he or she is in the hot seat. And then are you getting me?
Yeah.
Or somebody's test drive.
Yeah.
You don't know the person, you don't know the person's vision. And people do it sometimes. Literally, you see some people, they want to.
Yeah.
That is what is eating us up. So most of the youth is eating us. No, I also make money at all costs. Not because they even need the money. But they want to prove a point that me too, I have what it takes. And the funny thing is that I said that when we're growing up, if you hear that somebody is going for ritual money, schedule, a person that's battled, poverty hit them. Nigeria was a poverty hit them left and right. Then after 50, 60, say no, I can't go like that. But now, the victim of Kaswa some years back, where 23 or 24 had to kill his own friend.
Yeah.
And that is what is happening. The different things, the get rich syndrome.
Yes.
I wrote it in Spectator. They used to give me a space.
Yeah.
And I wrote an article. I said the get rich quick syndrome is affecting most of the youth. And that's why we're losing a lot of them. Because you can't expect to play on somebody's mind. You want to destroy somebody's home. If that person is your father or mother, will you be happy? And that's why most of them, I mean, God is, I can't talk on behalf, but I always tell people, if in case even, he said, there's a scripture I've forgotten, but it says this, if I paraphrase, it said, allow the thief to steal, for he's hungry thereof. But if he's full and continues to steal, I will hand him over to the devourer. In order, God endorsed that sinful way. But maybe, some way, some seriously, he thinks, okay, you are so hungry. It has really affected your attitude. So you want to step on some toes and make money. But when you make and you want to do it a normal thing, I will hand you out. So your cup will be full. That's what is happening. And that's why most of them still cannot register their... only few, and those few who are smart, divert, because there's no principle of wealth creation that scam is part of it. There's no wealth creation that they are proving that science has proven that scam or fraud, defrauding is part of it. And most of them waste it because they never toiled for it. They never toiled for it. They drive the best of cars. They don't have anywhere going. Some even spiritually, they've been told don't bath. You'll be surprised. They use all designer perfume. They can't bath. Some have been told you can't sleep around this time. So late in the night, they have to go from club to club, from spot to spot. Because
don't fall asleep.
Because you can't sleep. Is it blessing? It's not blessing. And people, and most people see them because they parade around and seemingly, but genuinely, most of them will tell you, I didn't know this is what I've bargained for. I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And so how do we go from moving away from the visa, doing the NGO? What happened between the NGO and Kizo?
Yeah, so I said, if I've done this peace project, it really caught up. Because the media houses, I was there, they interviewed me too. I mean, there was this lady who was once working TV3. I got one inspector who approached me. Can I get some of your shirts? My father wore his own and went to Zongule, and the people were worrying him, can he get some? So I felt fulfilled, though I didn't make money. And then when I went to they also granted me interviews more because I had my NGO there. Then I asked myself, most of the NGOs that I know is that they establish, I don't know, but what I've observed that most of them get donor agencies to fund whatever. I don't know, maybe that's what they do to it. So I started asking myself, am I going to follow that same path? Or can I do something different? So that internally, I can also generate some funds to also help humanity. So that was my drive. And to be honest with you, I battled. I've never had donor agencies. I battled to get some. I don't know what I told God. But as time goes on, I was really adding value to myself in terms of what I said I would do. So I did some program too that was my internal stuff. Misconception on Islam, on early marriage and terrorism. That was a community-based program not far from my office where I did it in front of the mosque, around the Agege Shiabu there, where I did it in front of the mosque, invited some of them to come and speak. We spoke on those stuffs. I did that one.
So you just organized it yourself?
I organized myself.
What moved you to
I thought that, the terrorism stuff was like, it's Muslim thing or Islam thing.
Okay.
So if you're not careful, the misconception is that they support terrorism.
Okay.
They are in for their terrorism.
So like you thought they were using terrorism to attack Islam as a whole.
Yes.
And you wanted to help
and speak about that. No, there's a misconception. It's not, I don't know where Quran support terrorism.
Yeah.
And then the early marriage thing, that I was thinking that which religion would support a teenager to be married? I don't get to me. And so I was having issues, that cultural variations. But I was thinking that there was no space in Korean that would support that. So that was what that informed that program.
Yeah.
And then I have to do my own internal funding. I had a CD on all those things. So to see how I can also impact society by my little. So that was what I started doing. And then after that one, then I said, okay, is that all? I asked myself. And I was still saying, okay. Then I said, no. I need to. There's something I think, my personal experiences, all the battles, all the scars, still to find purpose in life, there must be something. So I started researching. I said, no, what is it that I am born to do? What is it that will make me feel fulfilled? So I researched, read online. And then I said, no, it's possible. Something can be done about it. From where I'm coming from, that inspired me. And then I came up with Kizo. And I said, no, this is it. So in the Kizo project, I remember very well, I had my wife, and then where my children attended school, Parko. And then, so we had to discuss, and I was, for about 2 weeks, seriously on it, as if I'm having sickness. I was thinking about it. I wasn't doing any other thing. There was something like a heavy burden to make sure it's possible. You can imagine where we find ourselves. So fast forward, we used stones. They said it was not making sense. Then they told me, they gave me to go and do something about it. So I think the third day it was making sense. It was making sense. We were using the stones. I had gender balance. So Parker's wife, and then Isaac, and then my wife. So I will have gender balance to analyze and critique it. So it made sense. And they said no. Then moving forward, I did a prototype. So no, it made sense. I said, okay, wow, now we can play and people can. Then I launched it. After I kept. Later I want to launch, something will crop up. I didn't have the means. Later I will launch, and I didn't have the means, and nobody believed in it. You know our culture. We don't believe in this, so we were left alone. So I had to battle and look for people to help. Nobody. And before I launched, I was also thinking of where we find ourselves. Let me legally, the little I know, let me have it copyrighted. Let me see that patent before I launch it out. So I managed to literally squeeze myself to save. And then got one, didn't tell anybody. And then the only people I had who I told them of that idea. So I had to copyright to have the certificate. Then I planned it. And then the third date, I launched it. I was disappointed. In fact, I cried like a baby.
Tell me about it.
I was thinking that, listen, this is what I learned from our Ghanaian culture. I had invited Ghanaians that I know. I'm friendly. I'm not too much. I'm not perfect. You are friends. And I invited them 2-3 months. And every week I'll be sending updates. I was sending update to the last. But something, the 2 weeks to, or 3 weeks to the 1st September, when they said, there was something involved the Nigerians. Ghanaians can be funny. Involve the Nigerians. Ghanaians are pulling down. So involve the Nigerians. So I had some few Nigerian friends. I eat their food, so I can connect with. So I started also inviting them. To be honest with you, my mommy has a church, so I thought some of the members would come. If it was not the Nigerians that came, the place would be empty. I'm telling the truth. And because I, was like, I keep postponing, or I didn't have the money. And nobody believed in the vision. So I had also invited bloggers where I didn't have the money to pay them. My brother.
But the bloggers gave.
They came.
Because they thought the money was there.
They thought the money was there. And there my magic is coming, magic, to perform magic. And trust me, it was the Nigerians that somebody gave. And my brother, he's in Canada now. He was the one who helped me small, 1,000 cities. About 7 years ago, I managed small. And then the place was empty. Trust me, the Nigerians. But what motivated me, I was looking at I made my mother and my father the whatever. They gave them the HANA. The bloggers were looking for their money. And they were thinking, somebody put them all together. Some people are even not talking to me. I'll use this platform to apologize. I was supposed to 2,000 or 3,000 cities. That was, and I didn't want to also postpone again. I didn't know when I was, so I just have to do whatever I have to do. I still in the jungle to just let this thing come into being. Because if I don't do that, it will kill the passion. I don't know. I was now thinking that I have to do this thing. Because I keep postponing. I'm not having a perfect time. And the rain fell small. I said that day, my wife was the one who, late in the night, I was crying. My heart's broken. More than you have lost your woman, your girlfriend or your wife. I was crying. Midnight. I didn't tell anybody. I was crying. My wife came closer. Said, it will be well. So I almost gave up. And these friends that I thought I have them didn't show. It's only few. I can count them. They're not up to 5. And I thought my mommy also, the church members will also come and at least grace the place. So the Nigerians was the one who helped me small. This one gave me some money small. Money to pay for, because I've not paid for the renting.
The venue.
Or the venue. So I have not paid, so I have to organize. Trust me, my brother. I felt so bad. I felt heartbroken. And these blockers were on my neck. So I have to give something small. Along the way, I was not able to pay because I still realized there was no money. But when the people, the grown-ups, I thought it was only children. What motivated me? I saw grown-ups also playing. I said, hey, this thing is something you can push it on. Don't give up on it. Don't give up on it. And at that time, I had not gotten it in the bag, whatever. There was no even board. I put it in a rubber.
Okay.
To keep running. there was something like, okay, after that, can you engage the government? Because it's something educative. And the way the people were happy and the grown-ups were playing, if you work on it, you can get somewhere.
Yeah.
And they said, forget the government. To cut the long story short, I engage the government. I mean, the appropriate quarters, NACA, they are in charge of approving stuff so that you go to schools and then maybe they will tell you, have you, as the government, approve of this? You can never tell some schools. And when they approve, it's in their database.
Yeah.
So it took me about 6-8 months. They told me, go and work on A, B, C. Fast forward, they approve. I said, thank God. At least some way, somehow, this thing has been approved. It was a battle. And then I started pushing it small. And though, what I can say for a fact is that with the media platforms, some way, somehow connect me. I think I remember KSM platform, or the best platform that he gave me. I went to Kweku Net 1.
Okay.
That's some show, I've forgotten his show. But when I went there, I said no. It was about to go on air. Something in me said no, go there. So I went there, I said, I can, that's ABC. So okay, let's play. He gave me the time after 10 minutes. He said, no, as for me, the program I do, so let me recommend you to KSM. So I was there, and I think the next day KSM called me. Say, Kweku that I know does not recommend anybody. I know him very well. So he said, you have such a brilliant idea, blah, 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 blah. I think I would interview. So I had to go to his place at Ebri, the Crepes or whatever, his hotel is around there, where he interviewed me, and then the other media, GTV, so about 17, and that is how far I came going.
So this is my question. You've been to about 17 different places. The young entrepreneur in me will feel like just go on the right TV channel and everything will blow from there. Is that what you thought as well, that you get, and then what actually happened?
Yeah, so that's why I got to realize. I realized that in any pursuit, be excited is part of the feeling.
Yeah.
But what you should always not do to yourself is to be extremely excited. Or that's where I developed the saying where I say passion without wisdom is like a suicide mission. Because you may ignore the challenges, the stumbling blocks, the things that will fight you. It's like positive energy. There's going to be a negative energy. Every good position, there's a stiff opposition.
Okay.
Every good position, there's always a stiff opposition. And every fame, there's a shame. Every testimony, there's always a test. And every grace, there's a level of disgrace. Every gain, there's a level of pain. You can't be a star without getting your share of the scars. So I learned those things, but I learned it sometimes heartbroken. I learned it where you are alone. Nobody believes in you. Our culture is I always tell people, unfortunately, we are not the Nigerians where they look at the Nigerians don't always wait for the fruits. That's why they're doing well in most of the stuff. You look at the music and things. I studied that if I'm in Nigeria, they believe that no, we don't have to. They have the deep insight that if you're going to wait for the fruit to ripe first or to start showing sign, the person may give up. But here, they wait to see the fruit ripe very well. So you are left alone. You are left alone. Nobody's interested in you. And so you need to now develop that capacity, the tenacity, and to know that no, is this something worth dying for? Is this something worth pushing? And I learned something that every seed has potential, has prospects before the fruits materialize. So it's about working on the seed, giving it the enabling conducive environment. You can't plant a seed in a concrete wherever. it must be in a fertile soil. It's a process. It cannot also ignore time. Time is a powerful element. Sometimes we are unfair to nature. It's like a pregnant woman who is desperate to have her baby, or a desperate father whose wife is pregnant. No matter how desperate you are, nature's dynamics is that baby will take about 9 months. Whether you like it or not. Before that baby is a seed, it will go through the process. And then the baby will mature. And then your wife or the woman can deliver. And that day, labor pain, before that child will come, before the game, before the merrymaking, there must be that pain. So it is how life is. If you don't want the pain, forget the game. Every great destiny, every great seed, that is how it is. You must be ready to work it out. You can't, it's not automatic. Nobody have it automatic. Even the food we eat, I always tell people the food we eat every day, if care is not taken, some people choke to die. It can kill you. So it means that everything in life, there's a battle for it. But the beautiful thing is that if I'm coming from an angle where I believe in God, you can't do it with your strength. So run to God, and God will help you. When you run to God, He will take you through. And sometimes in life, I always tell people, we are all going to write our exams. Life is a school. That's the name of my NGO. That you can't write somebody's exams. You have your own exams to write. But the beautiful thing is that the lessons, that's why we go to school to acquire knowledge. But we don't acquire wisdom in school. That's why we can have intellectual fools. It's not a law that, people who make it are intellectuals. No. It is the wisdom that makes you a great person. When you suck the breast milk of wisdom, you can be relevant and go far in life. Because you can make money. I can make money through lottery. That is not what. It is what you use, judicious use of money. So I always tell people that there are what I call the supernatural capitals of life, not to digress. Mercy, favor, grace, love, wisdom. The 5-finger principle. Mercy, favor, love, grace, wisdom. Anybody who makes it in life is benefiting from this. Say, I give grace to make what? The richest man in the world is enjoying grace. Grace has a different package. Your abilities, your talent is grace. Your imperfection is grace. Then love. You must love yourself and love what you do. You must love life. Love God if you believe in God, and love what you do. It's very important. When you love your life, you won't mess up. You won't go wayward. You won't drink to stupor. You won't live anyhow. You discipline yourself to the core because you love yourself. You want to preserve your life. You must now know what another thing. And pray for mercy. You don't know when you fall short. Your inaction or action, your utterances. So you must pray for mercy to keep finding you, so that you don't fall. You can start a brilliant idea, you die. You can end up mad. So pray for mercy. Then favor. It is God who gives favor. I'm a Christian. I always tell people, if you don't have the favor, God forbid, life challenge can hit you, you can't land. You need favor, and it's supernatural. There are people who thought they depended on only education. They depend on, they think they are bankers. They come to square one. There are politicians who thought they can do it themselves. They puff out with pride. The Bible said, be humble. Do you know why? Not to digress. The treasures of the earth, where are they? Where does water come from?
The ground.
Where does oil come from?
The ground.
Where does gold come from?
The ground.
All the treasures of the earth. God said we should be humble. It has both scientific and spiritual. Do you know why the fetish priests and the priestess walk naked? Because they know that secret. They pick it from the original part. When you are humble, there are elements. When you're humble, a lot of things God gives you. And then wisdom is not in the classroom. So nobody can make it. Listen to me, I always tell people, nobody can make it without education. But people can make it without schooling. Anybody that has made it is educated. It depends on the type of education. Education has to do with mental, and that's character and attitude. I have what I call the 4 is, not to digress. The 4 is ability, availability, adaptability, attitude. Ability is 10%. Adaptability is 10%. Availability is 10%. Attitude is 70%. You get 100. It means that you can be very intelligent. You can be very skillful. It doesn't need too much, 10%. You can be availability. You can be White House. You can be the richest man's house. Have all the necessary things to make it alive. It's also 10%. You can get used to any environment. You can be that people have traveled to see greener pastures. They are there. They can buy bicycle tire. They are there. They can't do anything. At that time, they have the environment. But attitude is 70. Life success. Everything depends on attitude. Good attitude is buckets. Bad attitude is basket. We all have opportunities. Water. We all need water. It's spiritual and scientific. We all will be given opportunities. But some are using baskets. Some are using buckets to who will land well. So the individual, you need to ask yourself, do you have bucket attitude or basket attitude? When you have bucket attitude, with the 4 is you go far. When you have basket, through no fault, you suffer.
That's powerful. That's powerful. How many? Done 2 hours. Okay, sorry. For me, like I said, and I'm going to wrap up, so we have a conversation offline. But I'm really honored to have met you. I think I've said it, it's very rare, or at least in my experience, it's very rare to meet somebody like you. Whenever I meet someone who is uniquely themselves, I'm curious about how they even got to the point to understand who they are and then how to just follow that path. I think we've touched on it a bit, but I want to give you the opportunity to talk a bit more about Kizo.
Okay.
Because this is your baby.
Okay.
And I want us to have a segment where it's just you talking about Kizo. Do you want to have it in short or?
Okay, all right. This is what I call the Kizo Smart Talent game. It's even more than a game, but let me better put it like that. This does wonders. I mean, anybody who comes close contact with this, whether a kid, whether a grown-up, whether a white, whether a black, all they say, the solutions, is life. I mean, everything about life comes into play. Endurance, tolerance, purposeful, patience, selflessness, loving yourself, loving others, and getting to understand oneself. All the experiences in life, all the challenges, what has informed, inspired this. Any individual, I'm yet to see anybody who say no. No wonder the government, through the appropriate quarters, have approved this. And I strongly believe that it is not only about the young one learning, but most of us lack the purpose. Most of us lack the focus. Most of us are confused. Even husbands and wives, sometimes we are confused. Children, understanding themselves, are confused. That's why we are having what I call attention deficit syndrome in the society. The social media is sometimes, because we are confused, we are so much eager to crave for attention, needless attention. Kizo comes to address this issue. Kizo comes to help you and I, so that your life will be full of fulfillment, that purpose you seek to achieve, to deal with the sleepless nights, the frustrations, who you are, what you are, needless sleepless nights. You confuse. It deals with needless competition. I'm saying it. It's something that is a must for all. And I want everybody to look at it very well. I'm passionate about it, and because of this, I'll remove my shades and tell you that you need this across. You need this, and when you have a feel of it, not because I want you to just buy into it, but I want you to help yourself unravel the things about you, unravel a lot of stuff about you. Answer all the questions you begin to ask yourself, your loved ones. Parents are not on talking terms with their children. Children are not on talking terms. Schools, institutions don't know why you employ ABC, what informs that. Everything about life is in Kizo's Smart Talent Game. It's a powerful tool, and I know you and I will be blessed, will be fulfilled to have this. Thank you.
How should they contact you? So give your phone number. Yes.
Okay, 0242 547342. 0242 547342.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.